And I'm so curious to see where Mickey is going to go. Is he going to try to go, some sort of an answer to actually really deal with this Leona?
I was thinking Tom Kench initially, but then you realize that there's very little engage on the side of G2.
And I feel like you have to play for lane dominance, right? So you have to be able to play something that can go aggressive. I actually like the Braum here quite a bit. Braum can really answer these Leona engages if Leona goes forward.
Very good trade against Caps, but the map has now been split.
Level 1, they're going to dive.
Delight has cleanse. Pace has cleanse, in fact, uses the early light, looking for the damage. Mickey tanking up the tower, he'll fall. 1-for-1 so far as Hansama now opens up onto Delight, but you can't really tank a Leona underneath the tower. No turret shots going onto Hansama, means that he can just walk away.
Well, he can actually get flashed on here potentially. This is getting pretty risky because he has no cleanse.
The
charm going down.
Caps flashes, Chovy flashes, and take a pew, Caps, because church is in session.
The flash to flash, but we make our eyes back towards the bot lane.
Gonna get caught up with the concussive blows, and Hansama will get this one on the board. The Draven now, and G2 starting to snowball through this bot lane. No TP, had to burn that after he died in the mid lane.
And I think Broken Blade's going to have to leave, right? And even just making him leave is such a big victory because there's so many minions here, but they're going to look for this dive, and he hasn't left.
No one taking the tower as of yet. Doran's going to do it. The boss coming out, and Broken Blade's locked up. 100 health is not enough. Doran takes the kill, and Gen.G will get plates to boot.
Really well played by Doran. They're waiting push, so they can actually bring it down if they want. Chovy has his ultimate available here.
I don't know, Delight and Paze are backing. This is more of a steal than anything else, I think. And in the end, Gen.G
potentially define Peanut in his own jungle, push Doran back.
Doran will just retreat from the safety of the tower. Frozen Tomb's gonna land though, as Peanut has been locked up, and Yike will take him out. G2 continue to push forward as Doran retreats.
Extended in his side of the jungle, perhaps didn't expect Yike and Caps to be invading so aggressively, and he ends up losing his life. But it's still a very close game. They look for Mickey.
Saw Peanut with the Scryer's Boom. Yike stopped his recall because of it. Cease and desist under the tower. The Solar Flare coming out as well, but Mickey is very tanky on this Braum. Glacial Fissure has been popped with the Delight, not underneath the turret shots. Should be able to back away. Ignite ticks on him, but he does retreat. The Whirling Dead. He hasn't got the stacks to get through that Eclipse. Oh! The spear finds its mark.
G2 finally still in a very comfortable position as we enter the mid game.
And G2 is really praying for something other than Chemtech Soul. They're praying for something that can be really strong. Mountain Soul would probably be the best that they can get in this situation. Of course, he does have Cleanse, but if you get Vialted into Charm, even if you're cleansing that, the amount of damage that's going to be coming through is going to be enormous. So potentially not having something like, you really do kind of have this lull until you can create that Mythic. And Broken Blade obviously is set very far behind because of the dive and because of the early tier 2 boots, but we're going to get scrappier around this Herald.
Mickey misses the Winter's Bite and the Glacial Fissure. Everfrost coming out. Hansama dodging the Charm as Mickey tanks it for him. Yike can jump out of the back of the pit. Hans looking for a little bit more,
TP
but now
coming
with the TP behind them. Mickey locked up, he's going to be sacrificed. The Solar Flare finds one as well, and Doran's on the chase. The Grand Challenge has been issued, and Hansama was chucked into the Lion's Den. Doran takes another, and on the top side, Caps will fall as well.
Fantastic awareness from Gen.G. They knew that Broken Blade...
Good on it. Hans wanted to collapse on the TP and try to kill it off, but they just didn't have enough people there to make it happen, and he ends up just giving over all of...
Storm over performance here. Broken Blade did manage to win out the level 1, level 2, but couldn't really do much more after that as Hansama's caught in the mid, and Doran has roamed around once again. Caught up with the Glacial Fissure, Hansama starts to open up. Double TPs had been invested as Caps looks perhaps for a Frozen Tomb. Doesn't follow the path. Can't go any further forward. Moonlight Vigil hits, only takes a little bit of damage. Hansama tickled by it, but already down to half HP with the Rift Herald charging in. Broken Blade apprehends Delight, but that's not really the target you want. The Eclipse going to keep him alive for the moment. The tower falls, Peanut goes in, and Hansama's locked down, and they just don't have the peel to keep their AD carry alive. Peanut takes a double, Pace takes one on top, and now the chase down continues as Yike is forced.
Mid as well. And all of a sudden, the gold lead now enormous.
Controlled the Draven so well. And we saw once again how patiently they play these fights. They get G2 to use so many cooldowns, and then the moment that window opens up, again, Gen.G are just playing the map better, right? Like, what options do G2 really have? They know they can send Chovy off to a side lane. They know they can send Doran off, and they're just taking it
anymore. Plus, there's the TP disadvantage. It is going to be a fully stacked
Doran
ult there.
No mana right now. Broken Blade with the Ghost has already invested the flash. Doran won't have enough to dodge away. Can escape for the moment. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, you can actually see Peanut on a rampage. Doran caught up. The shutdown will go down to Broken Blade, but Mickey was caught by Gen.G as Broken Blade.
And Delight were attacked so often in the early game. They were able to weather that storm, and they've been able to bounce back.
The rest of G2 trying to collapse while Gen.G are pushing in 4 members strong down towards the bottom lane. The path comes out, but Doran can just dash away and retreat from G2, and now the inhibitor towers will be open up. Flash away from Mickey as he's caught in the cease and desist. The solar player finds his mark as well, and Gen.G find another kill, while Doran just toys with G2 in the top lane. The inhibitor tower will be raised to the ground, the inhibitor short to follow.
Great stuff overall from Gen.G. There's just nothing standing in their way. Peanut once again forces Hansama back. The ultimate comes through from Caps, but the inhibitor drops and the fight begins.
The re-engage from Gen.G is sublime, but Delight already taken out. The charm hits onto Caps and he will fall as well. Now in a 4v3, Gen.G continue to push in. Hayes, but really no way to gap close for G2.
Yeah, but G2 just have to keep chasing, right? You have to stop them from basing. You need to try to get this dragon. We'll see if they can make it happen.
Doran locked up. Glacier Fisher goes wide. Doran looking for the damage on Mickey. He dashes away once again, the spear dodge, but Doran is low. One more axe would be enough. The TP now coming in from Chovy. He's looking for the flank with the Cosmic Drivers. Peanut is locked up. Pays down towards the bottom side. Peanut shut out of the fight. Pays will dash away, but Chovy on the back line finds one already. He's looking for more. He dives onto Mickey. That's another. The counter TP, but Pays takes another. And Chovy and Pays just dance around on the edge of the abyss. They play with G2. Caps pops the stopwatch. Pays dashes out of vision. And the Frozen Tomb will be your icy grave, Caps, as Gen.G clean up the fight.
It's a quadra kill there.
The ultimate Pays with the empowered minions as well, assisting him in the skirmish, but the damage isn't quite enough from Caps, as Chovy secures another kill. Mickey now losing his life.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, Betty, but it's very shortly to follow as he does go down once again. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Chovy diving forward, pops the Zonius to keep himself alive for the moment. Hansama retreating under the inhibitor tower, and in the end, it's already a double for Peanut. He ceases and desists any hope that G2 had of winning this game. The Nexus in their eyes, Gen.G will push in for 1-0.
Beautiful game from Gen.G, and in sub 30 minutes, their debut at MSI is one of dominance. The LCK first seed is here to play.
A sublime performance from Gen.G. G2 threw a lot of them in the early game, but Gen.G held strong, and they will go 1-0 up in this best of 5.
6-0 and 15 from Chovy. 20 stacks on the Magi's as well. Church well and truly in session.
In that top lane. Thresh, Jinx, you talked about the ability to burst down one target. Jinx loves that as well. If she can get excited at the start of the fight, that's when she really ramps up. And there's the Blitzcrank. So it is Lissandra top, Blitzcrank into the Thresh. We have seen actually G2 respecting this a lot in the playing stage. They banned Blitzcrank in 3 of their 4 games.
Wow, so I still think that Gen.G have just...
How he plays the map, how he moves around, and actually facilitates his side lanes when he gets an advantage.
Hook lands, Flame Chompers goes down as well. Delight should be able to walk around this one, but they're just trying to turn the damage back onto Mickey. The Ignite ticking on Mickey, and he'll fall first. Pays takes him. Delight just stood in their face and took the full brunt.
Or something.
Doesn't have the flash, so it would have had to be a flash hook. There's the stun in the Glacial Pass. The Spectral Maul's going to land as well. And in mid lane, Chovy with a great Ring of Frost keeps himself alive. 1 for 1 in the end as the auto follows him underneath the turret.
Chovy continues. We're able to come out on top and... Oh, nice Hex Flash.
Locked in, the Hex Flash already. Pay's going to get the root as well off the Gravitum. Yike's here to try and save his AD carry, but he can't get there in time. Yike goes forward with the Spectral Maul, but can't land it on Delight.
Double AP solo laners, so no Magic Mantle, not bad by any means. Peanut likely to retreat here. If there is 6 on Broken Blade, will he look for the flash?
Hook on Pays as well, down towards the bottom side. Flashing forward, he has red white and he wants to fight. Another hook brings him back, and it's a double for the rookie in the bot lane.
And he has white guns here, and Yike show top.
Or up towards this top side of the map to make sure they can get the Rift held. Caps is left alone, down towards the bottom side. Pops the Tibbers to get the stun up. Delight stun, locks him up with a knock up though, and Caps will fall underneath the tower. The Rift held will be taken for G2 in response, but...
He only continues to grow as a problem.
They're gonna dive again.
Caps
no ult.
needs an EpiPen because he's going to have a Peanut allergy in a second as Peanut dives in. The lockdown comes out and Pays is unstoppable. He tanks the Super Mega Death Rocket, which does not live up to it. So far, it's cost him
his lives, not his life.
His lives, true. Luckily, he can come back. But Gen.G, as you say,
against Caps here.
Hook goes wide up towards the top side as well. But Yike, the Moonlight Vigil, the Gale Force, Pays! Oh, that was beautiful. Pays showing up in his first.
Is a bit of a bot gap.
Like me at a buffet, just picking up all the plates. He got 4 down towards the bottom lane. He's getting more up towards the top lane. And Gen.G just show us they can play through anyone. Game 1, it was the
game, and Gen.G is showing without that early game power, G2 just haven't been able to compete.
Flash play, look for Pays, but the hook comes back out. Hansama tries to open up, but they can just tank this tower for days. G2 so far behind that Pay's only got 220.
You're looking for those 5% plays, those 10% plays
I'm
almost.
going to go 1% plays here, Azale. I'm going to be honest, man. We've seen Gen.G in this position before. They're 7,000 gold ahead at 12.
Disadvantage right now. Chovy is threatening a dive. G2 sense it, and it's that presence that allows them to secure this objective largely.
Here we go.
Lands. They're going to burst down Mickey underneath the tower. Delight tanks up the
Broken
tower
Blade
shots.
TP.
Yike will get one reset, but the tower does fall, and Yike goes down before Broken Blade can even get in. He dices his way away as the Gale Force forward, and now Doran could just hop over the wall, and his hop skip jump for Gen.G. Doran dives out once again. 3-2.
For Pays in his rookie year to have a performance like this, must fill him with confidence as Delight looks for another pick.
And Caps will fall. Delight's going to get him. The stopwatch buys only a brief second to contemplate the embracing arms of death. Yike looking for something as well, does get the stun, but you can buffer a jump well for him, because obviously he played really well in the LCK, but he had huge boots to fill. Ruler leaving after getting Gen.G that title in summer last year, and now Pays is showing us, against G2 who have struggled, but showing us that he's willing to dash forward, to flash forward, to kill off the enemy AD carry, and he was solo in doing so.
The solo kill in the middle of the base at 18 minutes, not even 17 minutes.
Now there is a flank position here. Broken Blade can try and get in. Pays goes legendary. The slicing maelstrom has gone down and Pays has fallen. Yike gets the reset, dives forward as well with a Heartbreaker. And a small, oh so small glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel for G2. Because you have Diego. Yeah, Felios being fed is good for you.
Yeah, that's right.
You
True.
just steal him, right? Caps goes down as Dorman now on a killing spree. The TP was cancelled. But the hook connects and Broken Blade will fall as well. Delight picking them up. He's got half as many kills just on the supported.
Think about the next game. Let's be honest, this one has been over for a while. It's a 10,000 gold lead here. It's not even 20 minutes. They actually might look to end without Herald, free 20 minutes.
320 minutes, what a win it would be. Mickey pops the play, the box goes down as well. TP in by Chovy. Yike gets one, but he can't get back in time. Caps is going to spawn in 1 second, but the Nexus Tower is the target. And with the minions, no backdoor bonus for G2. Caps looking for the Tibbers. Delight finds the hook once again. And how delicious it is for Gen.G to clean up G2. Once again in their base, Hansama shredded by the Shurikens. Yike can only stand and watch as G2 are just demolished by Gen.G. They could have ended this 30 seconds ago, but Gen.G want to just twist the knife a little bit more. Chovy goes forward, the Nexus falls low, and in the end, Gen.G, in dominant fashion, will claim the 2-0 over G2.
This is one of the most dominant international games I think I've ever watched.
Yep.
Point blank period. That was 19.5 minutes. The Nexus explodes without a Herald. Interested to see what the answer is going to be. You know, if they wanted to, they could go just on the top again. Sion was actually banned out in second phase last game. They banned double tanks away from Doran. This would be like very much a Zeri 1v9 style game as far as the damage profile is concerned, but I don't think you're worried about that with how well Pays has been playing. It is going to be
looking up towards this top side. Doran does have the flash. You can't really escape. Knocked into the wall. Steadfast Presence goes down. They look to burst him. First blood, G2. Yike escapes, but the minions will take him out in the end. He's executed. Peanut coming in from the side as well. The spear goes wide, just clipping the heel underneath this tower.
Yeah, I love the early defensive ult there from Doran. We'll see if they can make anything happen.
Early. There's the knock-up with a Q3 back into the all-out. Pulls Mickey all the way out. The quickness used by Mickey to escape. Chovy dashes back forward with the flash. Caps low on mana. Q3 once again hits Mickey. The Tibbers for the stun though! And Mickey sneaks his way away!
Oh, what a kill there from G2, but on top side, Broken Blade, no ult, no flash. You are dead, sir.
No way for him to get out of this one. Tries to put the damage back down onto Doran, but Peanut will swipe him away.
I mean, Chovy played that so well. Very nice. Trying to establish something from that bot lane control that they have. They have the better buy here on Hans. They've been consistently forcing out
the game. Gen.G still have a healthy advantage. The top lane matchup slowly starting to swing in favor of Doran as Peanut now threatens to dive.
Broken Blade, no flash, and the spear hits. And Peanut, hungrily looking for it, chucks another spear into the back of Broken Blade and sends him to the fountain.
Yeah, Doran just used the ult aggressively.
Through this jungle, constantly putting pressure on, goes top, comes mid, a turret secured in the mid lane as well, all 5 tower plates over to Gen.G, and even though...
Matchup at all, you know, he did go for Mercs, but he's just going straight into Sunfire, nothing like an Abyssal. And we'll see, G2 moving up towards this top side. Looks like they want to
force G2 out of the river, and as spectators to the objective, they have no real control around the bot side. It's Gen.G that continue to dictate the pace of the game.
No deep wards as well for G2, so Broken Blade has to TP to the mid lane tower. Mickey going in, but Broken Blade is not here yet. Caps on the flank though, Delight getting locked up. Caps trying to get in with the tippers. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing mouse, but he can't get off the pace. Peanut is low, Chovy will fall. Doran down towards the bottom side will kill off Mickey. Peanut so low though, and Yike's able to take him out as well. In the end, a 3-for-1 in favor of G2.
The Dragon for themselves, but the TP now comes in from Doran.
Doran doesn't have ultimate. He's just going to face tank them. Hayes, of course, can come in with that lightning crash. Could stack up the overcharge. Broken Blade's going to keep him at bay, and although the Dragon will walk his way back to the pit with Caps coming across, you have to feel like Gen.G will give up the ghost on this one. Caps looks for the stun onto Doran. He's down to half HP. Hans Summer.
Tower, it's the last neutral objective, really out of tower for them to play for. Broken Blade in a bit of danger right now. Yike is on his way.
That's the blast cone. Slicing Maelstrom used. There's the stun. They're looking to lock up Chovy. He dashes away, but the stun connects again. Then G2 get a kill in the top lane.
Great kill on the top side.
Will come out, and G2 start to retreat. They see Peanut waiting in the wings, and they decide they don't want a piece of that action right now. But Pays does have to burn the ultimate to escape.
You've also got to say, by far the best position for Caps so far in this series. He has 2 kills.
Double move! Delight's so low, the Foulmancy. Yike's going to come in from the side as well. Delight is falling. Pace locked into the wall. And there's the knock-up with the helicopter as well. Pace dives in, but the feathers fly. Mickey picks up a double.
Huge kills there from G2. Picking his Irakan, laning really well, getting pressure, forcing out those sums from Pace constantly in lane, and now showing up for these 5v5s.
Peanut's gone deep here. There's a blast code for Broken Blade, but you can't get away from the steadfast presence. He's stunned up, he's locked up, he was looking to stop the recalls, and his heartbeat is stopped.
Hang on a second. Yike, very present this game. He has been involved in 7 of the team's 8 kills. But let's see if G2 can maintain this momentum as Chovy has found another fight.
Peanut's on his way, the slicing mouse is being used. You can see Yike trying to distract Delight and Pace down towards the bottom side, but Broken Blade has definitely overstayed in the top lane. Peanut will take him out, he'll shut him down. Yike was able to walk away, the TP invested as well by Caps.
Like the T1 special, they've had this done to them. Now they're going to try to look to do it in their turn.
A great steadfast presence into the copter, knocks Delight away, but Yike is still in the midst of 3 members of Gen.G. They're going to try and chase him down. Caps trying to keep them at bay. Mickey fighting Chovy up towards the top side as Hans Summer keeps that battle continuing. Seismic shard into the spear, but Yike dodges to the side. The red buff, the molten shield, the steadfast presence, the flash in the end will get enough. But Gen.G have invested so much into trying to kill the Poppy, and G2 pounce.
The rookie from Europe comes up clutch.
Available to them if they can get down there in time.
Gen.G pinging the Dragon. They've acknowledged that they can't secure this. Yike back out on the map first. The Baron
of this team, and because of how the series has gone, you're still going to be nervous. You're still going to think Gen.G could battle back. But I got to say, if you have difficult, when there's so much CC and AoE damage on the other side, Peanut caught again.
But this, you start at the damage shot, double force across the wall, and there's the Magnet Storm as well. Slicing Maelstrom has been used, but Peanut pops the stopwatch. Mickey down already. Pays takes 1, that's 2. And Gen.G just ripped through the heart of G2.
To play around those dragons, you have such an advantage playing around those neutrals with Yike, but it's going to be Chovy just TPing to safety.
Gets him out. There's the counter TP as G2 look to collapse down towards this bottom side. Gen.G nowhere near close enough to react. The steadfast presence coming out as well. Pathmaker held, dodges away from the knockup, but still gets stunned, and Chovy will fall. Gen.G now looking to pincer in, but they retreat.
Threaten a dive.
G2 still have all of their ultimates as well. They didn't invest any of those into killing Chovy. The tier 2 in the bot lane will fall. Gen.G can still rely on Pace. He is even on gold with Hans Summer, basically, but they're retreating. They don't think they can defend without their mid laner. Peanut was doing the razor beaks.
How much are you going to give up on the map in exchange? And if Gen.G can just force a couple backs or get a good trade hit, a Baron is on the cards.
Dragon taken. Broken Blade looking for that blast.
Trade, but it's so point for G2. They're still in the lead as far as gold advantage, and they're still in the lead, I think, as far as composition, and Doran has no ult to escape.
Yeah, he's going to knock him into the wall. Hans Summer's going to try and shred through him. The last whisper already complete, and look, Doran already down, but the gargoyles caging for the moment. Caps getting onto the backline. The cleanse away from Baze. He dashes across the wall, but Broken Blade is looking to lock him down, and Paze is out of the fight. The Magnet Storm perfect, but the Feather Storm equally so. A double for Hans Summer, and G2 breathe life into Europe.
They'll claim their first inhibitor of the series here. looking to be in prime, but really just completely 1v9 a game. He just is not doing the damage to knock through these frontliners fast.
The biggest differences we've seen is that Paze is being controlled and Chovy isn't dominating the matchup.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force. Hansama has the Feather Storm. They're going in with the Magnet Storm as well. Hansama able to retreat from it. Delight knocked away from the team, but the lightning crashes into the slicing Maelstrom. Doran already down. Chovy trying to distract the rest of G2. The feathers are pulled back and Chovy will kill off Hansama now.
He's now.
4v3 as Paze begins to open up and he's locked up, he's stunned up, he's shut down by G2. Delight dashes across the wall. Yike continues to chase him away. Still down for the next 3 minutes, but Chovy's up in 20, Paze is up in 28, Doran's up soon as well. Delight and Peanut are going to try and keep the wave, but with Tibbers pushing in and the super minions doing so as well. G2 begin to open up on the Nexus towers. Delight will fall down towards the bottom side. Peanut relegated to his fountain. And in their moment, oh so dark, G2 find a glimpse of light at the end of the tunnel. But instead, Gen.G want to shut that light down as Chovy goes forward. Mickey looking for the Nexus. G2, what a way to end it.
G2 will not be stomped in this series. They will ignite the fans here in London. And the confidence.
That's going to be even more difficult.
Oh, G2 ran out of their composition. Are we going to get the changed Azir?
I mean, I think Azir could make sense. You know, I think
Asol?
Asol could make a lot of sense.
Okay.
You know, this is a champion that you could potentially stack against. The only problem I will say, not Set, Kazante, really does put on some pressure, right? So every time...
A very promising early game state as a collapse comes through for Gen.G.
Try and get away, but Doran dashes forward. Explosive shot, will it be enough? Caps is ticking, but so's Doran. He gets away from the towers. Aggro and Caps doesn't have a way out. No flash left in the end. Doran sweeps him away.
That would have been so close to some of the cooldowns.
Very aware that, hey, this tower isn't going to... And Caps, he would have to stop himself as now. G2 look for a play in box.
Early flash from Delight, but Yike is here, waiting around the corner. Paze slow for the second. Steadfast Presence knocks back Delight, and there's nowhere for the Lulu to go. Hansama gifted the kill. And that is huge for the G2 bot lane.
That is...
11 minutes in. Gold basically even between these two teams. You know, 300-400 going kind of seesawing. But the first dragon secured as Doran dodges the shuriken in the bush. You can see
Broken Blade doesn't know he's there.
Peanut's on his way up. Doran look with the knockback. There's the all-out as well. Broken Blade pops the slicing Maelstrom. Does still have the flash, but how are you going to escape from the Elise? Peanut still looking for him. Doran dashes forward, and in the end, Broken Blade holds his summoner.
Yeah, nice little bait there from Doran. Sidesteps the shot.
This should be the dive from Gen.G.
So Broken Blade has the Hextech rocket belt. He dashes in, the slicing Maelstrom coming out as well as Doran tanking the turret. Peanut takes half his health. Meanwhile, Yike trying to catch up Chovy as he rotated up towards the top side. The dash back with the all-out as Broken Blade now underneath the tower, knocked back with the Intoku strikes, but Doran's tanking it once again, and Broken Blade will get the 1v2. Now Peanut locked up by G2. Yike coming in, Caps here to join the party as well, and that spider can skittle no further. Stomped under the boot of Caps.
Massive kills for G2 on the top side, and Gen.G.
Mickey there with a bit of healing as Yike does the Rift Held. Caps can get back to mid here. Delight trying to team up with his mid laner as the all-out comes out from Doran, but Broken Blade with a slicing mouse can try and turn it back around. Doran very tanky right now, but Yike waiting in the wings. The Entofu not enough. Yike flash, smite, slap as he takes out the Gen.G top laner.
And once again, Doran is punished.
On the Elise whatsoever. They're going to be able to even it out as far as the Drakes do go, and we'll see what the next is going to be.
G2, even though it is Gen.G with the gold lead.
Well, and that's why I thought that the level 1 plan from G2 was actually so intelligent, right? You know, getting this level 1 invade. I think Caps...
He's going under the tower. Caps just locked up, but the witch comes out. Caps flashes away. Doran flashes forward, and in the end, a 1-for-1 on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, this Rock ulti making a big difference there. Buying
has already fallen, so this is a Rift Held push for the tier 2. Doran dashing forward as well with the Pathmaker. They really want to make sure that this charge comes in.
Well, and you can see there was no vision for G2 on that bottom side, and they have got to take a really good fight because while it is they're going to look.
Comes up, they look for Paze to cleanse away. The Falling Star comes out as well, and Paze is stunned, but he's able to escape. The Whirling Death finds its mark, and now Chovy has the dash. Broken Blade flashes forward with the slicing Maelstrom. Doran trying to do what he can as well with the all-out. Broken Blade is low. Hansama trying to open up on Peanut down towards the bottom side of the fight, but the Entoku strikes on Caps will lock him up, and Chovy continues to dish out the DPS. G2, a man down right now. Push.
Response or something along those lines. And they're just going to start the Baron. So they at least want to get the TP out. They are going to get the immediate TP from Chovy.
Fast. It's already down to 7,000
they
HP.
Look at Broken Blade.
He's coming round, trying to get behind Gen.G. Yike in the pit, 4,000 on it. Broken Blade gets stunned into the wall, all out, pulls him across as well.
Oh,
And Caps is so low. Broken Blade pulls the slice of mass and the whisk coming out as well. Broken Blade trying to fight Stolen down towards the bottom side, but the knockback onto Pina actually delivers him to Broken Blade. The super mega death rocket finds its mark, and now Mickey and Caps have to try and escape with the flash into the wall by Caps. He still gets a shutdown. The skies descend, and Pina, Pays, and Delight try to do what they can. They get to the blast cone. Chovy opens up that shield so big. Pays takes another, starts to get excited, and Gen.G start to get excited too. A shutdown in the top lane. Only Caps and Yike are left standing, and Gen.G are having none of that.
It's an ace for Gen.G and a Baron to boot.
But not only is Broken Blade get actually marked on that flank, the entrance to the fight from Caps was so problematic. You know, he used that fly, but he was actually too close to choke.
And they're looking to round this series out.
I mean, it's just such a for Gen.G. They were in a dire spot, but they execute really, really well. It is going to be the TP flank coming here from Broken Blade. Is it the Hail Mary?
Pays has the flash, slicing mouse from coming out. Pays able to escape for the moment, but Delight's already down. Pays can open up onto Broken Blade as they turn the fight around. The Wish coming out. Dorvan low, the Singularity's being used. Yike keeps Dorvan in the midst of it. Chovy absolutely destroys G2. They step too far forward, and Chovy stomped them into the ground.
The idea was good from G2, but Gen.G are just better. Pays walks away with a triple kill, Chovy with the immaculate flank, and Gen.G are looking to solidify themselves as the victors in this series.
And looking to make a date with Destiny, perhaps a rematch versus T1 in the second phase. Gen.G, there was moments of doubt in the middle, but they defied and they claimed the victory.
A just very well played fight from Gen.G around that Baron. It was so close, and we talked so much about how Chovy needed to be the man.